All right, we are back live again. Bobby, Umar, good evening, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Carlos Adele, I'm excited to be here. It's gonna be a great discussion.
Man, one of these days we're gonna press live by mistake before we actually have to go live, and people will see all the struggles with technology.
Now we're here, which is good.
Now you're here. Yeah. That's a good thing. So, hey, look, Bobby, thanks again for supporting and for being here and for being part of the iconic CEO and the TEDx movement that we are creating. I'd like to give like a little bit of a recap of what happened and what we're gonna do today, and then we get into it. Back in time, like a few years ago, when I started doing the podcast, it was the Unstoppables. That was the time where I met you the first time on LinkedIn, and you always remember because I could see your name popping up all the time. You were one of the inspiring people that I met on LinkedIn when I got started. And I was running the podcast, the Unstoppables podcast, and it was so much fun. And I always did radio and stuff, and it's a great way to meet people and build relationships and connect with the audience. And at some point, something happened with my business, and I went from the Unstoppables to the Iconic CEO, which we're gonna get into that in a second. And I decided to rebrand the whole thing, and here we are now. It's the Iconic CEO, and I'm super happy to be doing this on this venture with you, basically.
Yeah, and let me start by introducing myself. All right. So first off, everyone who's here, hello in LinkedIn land. If you're seeing this show, comment below. Let us know where you're listening in from, where you're watching. Because I'm in Canada. And Carlos, you're in Cyprus. Is that right?
Yeah.
He's in Cyprus. I'm in Canada. Wherever you're from, let us know where you're coming in from. My name is Bobby Umar. I'm a professional speaker by trade. For the last 17 years, I've traveled around the world. I've delivered over 1,000 keynotes and workshops across 4 continents. I'm a 5-time TEDx speaker. I'm an Inc. Magazine Top 100 Leadership Speaker. And for the most part, I speak on things like personal branding, thought leadership, digital marketing, and helping people get clarity in their brand, but then ramping up their thought leadership brand through meaningful relationships, content creation, videos, stories, TEDx talks, and public speaking. So that's kind of what I do. And I see Cheryl just said, hello from Philly. Awesome. Go Steelers. Go Penguins. Go wherever you are. Thanks so much for being here. Carlos, how about you? Why don't you do a quick introduction?
Yeah, great. I always skip that step. I always forget that some people don't know me. Yeah, well, look, I'm the founder of the Iconic CEO, and I've been an entrepreneur since I was 15. My background is in engineering, and also I've spent like a bunch of years suffering from burnout and stress in the corporate world. And until the moment that I decided that I wanted to quit, travel the world, find out what was making me happy, and then a few years ago, I decided to run my own online coaching business. By the time I had no idea how to do that. So I had to figure out how to build a business, how to do it online, and how to have the life and the business and the income and the freedom and all the things that we entrepreneurs strive to have. Hi, Bill Snow. Sorry. Super happy to have you here, guys. So, yes, I live in Cyprus. I'm from Spain. And the reason I created the Iconic CEO and the reason I joined Bobby in this venture is again because he's been like in the field for a long time. He's been one of the most inspiring entrepreneurs that I know. And one of the things that I observed in the online world was that a lot of people want to make the money. A lot of people want the significance, the income, the freedom. They jump online and they get scammed. They get to pay a lot of money for services, for coaching, for information. And especially after COVID, I realized that there was a lot more people wanting to make a living online, but there was also a lot more people wanting to sell things to these people online. Now, this is good and bad. The good thing is that you have more options, you have more clients that are online, but the bad thing is that there's a lot of fake, there's a lot of misunderstanding, there's a lot of misinformation. And at some point I became really disengaged, and I realized that I wasn't happy with what I was doing, and I was making the money, I was having the freedom and the income, but I was again stressed, overwhelmed. And at that point I said, you know what, people shouldn't be paying for information, people should be paying for expertise and support from someone who's an expert, who's been 17 years like doing public speaking, like this kind of knowledge and support and accountability that you cannot get from an online cookie cutter program that you buy. So I decided to write a book with all the strategies, with all the steps, with all the things that I did, and make it free or almost free. And that was a process that I thought it was going to take me 2 months, and it's taking me 2 years. So today we are freestyling here.
It's ready, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's great. Thank you. So it's kind of the anniversary, or like this first episode, and I just wanted to introduce the concept of the Iconic CEO, which is about not only about making money and having the business success, but having like a life that it's in sync, having a life that is in harmony. You're the CEO not only of your business, but also of your life. And you probably are a great example, because you're running 3 different businesses, and you have like a beautiful family, you have a really close connection with your loved ones, and it's something that we can keep seeing online all the time, and it's a story that it resonates with people. So you're one of the most human profiles and people that I met online, that they run a business, but you see that it's not only about business for them, but it's about having like a good life. So I'll be sharing the link at the end, but I would like you to tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so in my work for the last 10 years, I focused a lot on personal branding, and in particular personal branding for wherever you are in your life, and then helping you take that personal brand that gives you clarity, purpose, and direction, and then elevating it to the thought leadership brand level. And that comes through, again, content, storytelling, public speaking, meaningful relationships, confidence, mindset, all that kind of stuff. Well, one of the things I've learned over the years is that when I work with CEOs or senior level executives, personal branding gives people 3 things. One is focus. So that focus, that clarity, that purpose, direction, that's one thing it gives you. The second thing it gives you is alignment. So creating more meaning around the work you do, aligning your values, aligning your interests, your passions, making it just far more meaningful for you in terms of the work you do. And the third thing is, if you have alignment and if you have more focus, you're going to have create impact. So that's where you create success, results, legacy. That's what the achievements that you create. Now, a lot of CEOs are usually quite good with the focus. Some aren't, but many of them are very good at focus. And they're also creating that impact. And what I found is the thing they're missing is the alignment, right? They've made millions of dollars for their company. They've been focused on creating some great results, but now they're like, yeah, but they're still unhappy. They're still unfulfilled. They're still miserable. They're still not everything's there. I want to give back. I want to do more. I want to spend time with my family. And so they want to focus more on the alignment piece. And I think that if they can understand that all 3 of them go together, focus on that alignment will go a long way. And that's why I think personal branding is a big part of the process, because you got to know your story, you got to know what you care about, know what your values are, and also knowing what kind of legacy, story, and impact you want to have in the world. Because we know that when you look at the top 5 regrets of the dying, right? There's a great article that talks about the top 5 regrets. The 2 main themes that come from that article are, number 1, I wish I spent more time connecting with the people that really matter to me in my heart. And number 2, I wish I'd spend more time exploring the grand diversity of this earth. And so when you look at the connection piece, that's a piece that's missing for a lot of people. I mean, there are CEOs out there who, if you want to be like one of these iconic CEOs, you may think I have to work 60 to 80 hours a week for 30 years. And then you look back like, oh gosh, my kids are in university and I never spent any time with them. It doesn't have to be that way, right? There's a way to be iconic as a CEO and have that balance and have that fulfilling life. And so for me, when I think of personal branding and thought leadership branding, focus and impact are definitely a part of it. But the key for me is helping them get that alignment. And if we can work on that, that's where they're going to really create the more iconic CEO lifestyle that they want.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is that we buy into, like, from my experience, when I was 17, I had to make a decision of what I wanted to study, what I wanted to do with my life. Like how a 17 years old kid can even know what do they want to do with their life. Like, they need to. I didn't have the information to make the decision, so I chose engineering because I thought that's going to make me money. That's going to give me like all the things, right? I didn't know that that was, I mean, not that it was the wrong choice, but it wasn't the best one. And what happens is that when you get to the point that you just described, like you're achieving the success, you've been following some dreams, some goals that most of the times they're not even yours, but you've just been buying them from other people that you see, from your family, from your parents, from your peer group. And at some point you're overwhelmed and you're overworked and you're stressed. And what usually happens is that we tend to look for the answers outside. It's like, okay, what do I need to do that I'm not doing? And when you're working like 60, 70 hours weeks, there is very little things that you're not doing because you're doing all the things and you're doing way too much. And sometimes the answers, not sometimes, but I would say 99% of the times, the answers come from introspecting and looking within and say, okay, if you're not aligned, if you don't know who you are, what are your values or principles and the things that light you up in the morning. You want to wake up in the morning as if you were going on a holiday. When it's like 4 a.m. and you can't stay in bed because you want to wake up, because what you're going to do, it's aligned with your principle, with your values. It lights you up. Now, when you stop here for a second and you achieve this kind of success, and you, instead of thinking what strategy do I need, what I need to do next, it's like, okay, what do I like, what do I love, why do I love it? And sometimes becoming an iconic CEO, it goes through, instead of building like $1 billion company, maybe it is to build like a one-man band and build a business that it sustains your lifestyle, that makes you happy, that covers that allows you to serve at a different level, because we are not all the same. And usually the answers at this stage come from within, and aligning and finding what you just mentioned, it is absolutely mandatory if you want to achieve this next level of success. It's a great point.
Yeah, I agree. And we're doing this live stream and Clubhouse room. So why don't you tell everybody what our plan is? So what we're doing in terms of helping people get to that iconic CEO level.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we got Dan Stefani. I love Dan. Hi, Jan. Hi, P. And I don't see all the names here, but thanks a lot for joining. Yeah, look, the reason we're doing that is because we all have like a huge potential inside ourselves. And I've realized about that for many, many years ago. But, when you get into this personal development journey, you never stop. It's not like, oh, I'm perfect now, I'm fine, I stop here. You keep growing and evolving. And as you grow and evolve, you meet people, and these people are also, you realize the different levels where these people stay in life and in business. And when I started my business, it was highly successful. It was an overnight success that took me like 10 years of personal development and search for meaning. And I thought, that's it. This is the way you do it. You build a business. I made like $1 million in 2 years. Great. This is the formula. Now I'm fine. But then it took me like 2 years to hit a ceiling. And this ceiling was, I've implemented all the strategies. I've worked, instead of working in my 9 to 5, 80 hours a week, now I'm working 24/7 on my business. And it was fun and fulfilling for the first 2 years, but now things are not working out. The things that used to work before now are not working. On top of that, the market has changed. The COVID has changed dramatically how we do business, how we interact with people, especially online. So all the strategies that I used were valid, but they don't align with what I want to do now anymore, because now I have my family, I have my wife, when I have kids, and I need to live a life that it makes me happy, because that was the to start like this. The whole reason I went on my own. So what we're doing now, like, and the reason I'm giving away this book, which is called Organic Line Secrets, and it is the step-by-step process on how to build a business organically and online from the comfort of your home if you want, or you can travel the world, whatever suits you. And you understand the basics of relationship building, brand building, packaging your services in a way that you can change people's lives, and get to the point where you understand what it is what you want to do now. Because you want to achieve some level of success in a way that it's sustainable, that it makes you happy. Because for you to move to the iconic CEO place, or to the place where you have everything in alignment in your life, you want to have your being, your body, your bank account, like all this, there must be a few things in alignment. And I want everyone to be able to get there without being scammed, without spending thousands of dollars and burning out and getting into trainings that they don't fit them. So that's the reason I'm going to give away this book and this training for free. And hopefully you guys can get fast to the place where you're hungry for the next level of success, and you want to work on this alignment and do something that it comes from within, and it fulfills you, and you can make an impact, a positive impact in the world.
Let's talk for a second, which is you mentioned before about how some people get scammed, right? I mean, I've signed on for programs that haven't actually worked out, and I think for me, where I've spent, and it's interesting. One of them was like it was a 2-year relationship with this person, and I eventually bought into the program. And then after doing so, realized, this is not working out for me at all. And I ended up not doing hardly any of it. And I was really bummed out about it because, and it honestly, it turned me off a bit on the trust of the person I built 2 years of trust with. And so, how is it that people get scammed? I think that sometimes people don't understand what they need best to thrive, right? And what works best. And one of the things I've learned in working with my own programs that I do, as well as working with you and some of the programs you run, is that community, that support, that accessibility is so important for programs to work. And I think that is something that you've done very well with the programs that I've worked with you on. And that's something that when I've done programs, I make sure I'm accessible, I make sure I support them, I answer questions, and people appreciate that. I think that goes a long way to making it more value add.
Yeah, like, to me, like, of course there's many elements to the success of anyone. And if you study entrepreneurs, and if you study the most successful people around you, you'll see that, as Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues. So your peer group is super important. But to me, what's been happening in the online world is that coaching programs and some coaches, not everyone is the same, but I've seen like big names in the industry that have turned into money-making machines. And the only thing they care is signing more people. So they get a lot of clients on the top of the funnel. So they sign them up, and then these clients are left like they left scratching their heads, and like there is no human touch, there is no support, nobody. People buy into the outcome. They want the money. They want the $10,000, the 6 figures, whatever that is, because that means freedom. That means traveling. That means whatever it means for you. And then what you do is you buy into the strategy. The strategy is what's going to get there, but it's not the strategy that is going to work for you, Bobby. It's not the same that's going to work for me. The strategy is going to work for Jan. It's not the same that the strategy that's going to work for Bill, for example, because we have different values. We have different ways of seeing life. And I've seen clients of mine that I would say at the beginning when I started, and I have like one of my dearest clients, and she's now my coach as well. And I would say, Irene, just go and do that. And she wouldn't do it. And she would come up to me and say, did you do it? And she's like, no, I can't do it, Carlos. Like, why not? Just do it. And at this point, I wasn't really understanding that the things that to me were easy for her were impossible to do. I wasn't taking into consideration the human part, the mindset, the identity that this person was putting into running her business. And I was trying to force someone to do something that it was not going to be possible. So I think the key is, a community is super important. Surround yourself by people who are succeeding, and then give people what they really need. Not a cookie cutter solution that works for many, but not for all. So I think that's the key that's been missing during these years, because the online place has become wild and everyone wants to make more money and they forget about the relationship building process.
Yeah, and speaking of relationships, one of the things that we're doing is we are, in order to serve the people in our community and to provide access to the knowledge that both Carlos and I have to help you get to that iconic CEO level, we're doing a series of Clubhouse Rooms, social audio rooms, as well as live streams. So the plan is we are doing a weekly room on Clubhouse at 12 p.m. Eastern, and we have it after this live stream. We do a live stream every 2 weeks. So we have this one, we'll do another one in 2 weeks, and another one after that. So every 2 weeks we'll have this live stream. So 2 times a month, this live stream at 11:15 a.m. for 45 minutes. You can come and ask any questions you want. We'll share some knowledge. We'll share the book links and all that kind of stuff. And then afterwards, we invite you to join us. So the link's there. Make sure you check that out for the free book. That's been a 2-year project, so it's really awesome. Sorry, not free, but close to free. What is it, €1? Is that the idea? So that's, you get access to that. And then, oh, there you go. There's a free book. Awesome. And then after that, we'll do a Clubhouse room at 12 o'clock, hosted under the Thought Leadership Branding Club banner, which has 30,000 members. And you'll be able to come on stage and ask questions, and we can learn more about your story and learn about your business and learn about your kind of career level and what you're working on. And we'll be able to we'll help you with that as well. So that's kind of the plan right now. And we'll hope you join us for this bi-weekly here and weekly on Clubhouse.
Yeah, the whole idea is, without forgetting that we all need the strategy and we all need to the tactics, if you will, to get the results that we want. We are going to be sharing, especially today, I would like to introduce you and do like a little review of the book. And in the book, I explained the 5 steps that I followed for this the first 2 years to generate in sales $500,000 each one of these years, so $1 million in total. And this is important, but it's also important, and everyone listening, please, when you sign up for a strategy, make sure that it's aligned with who you are, with your mindset and your values. And we're going to be sharing a little bit of everything, because it's important that we all understand the whole picture. And yes, strategy is important, but strategy, if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have the right identity, if you don't have the right workflows or the right habits or your life together, it's going to be very difficult to implement on a strategy that works for someone else. So the idea is to make it very interactive, understand what you guys need the most, and give you as much as we possibly can, so you always equipped with the best possible information to make the right decision, to build your life and your business and become the iconic CEO. And then, of course, one of the really cool things that we have in the Iconic CEO program is that we want you to maximize your impact. And for that, we're doing something really cool, which is that we're getting our Iconic CEOs on a TEDx stage. And I did send an email last week, and I got like people who never respond my emails sending me a message on my phone and say, hey, get me on a TEDx stage, because the goal, we've set up this goal. We're going to get 5 people on a TEDx stage before the end of the year. And again, like being on a TEDx stage, people might think that that's the ultimate goal. No, this is when you get your life together, you become this iconic CEO, and you have this story worth sharing. With TEDx is ideas worth sharing, if I don't remember wrong. So you want to have your life together and your business aligned, because once you get on a stage, once you boost your authority to that level, everything else it's gonna be like throwing gasoline to the fire. So
yeah, and having a TEDx talk is a huge part of your thought leadership brand, right? It's what makes you iconic, because it lives in infamy forever. And when you're on the TEDx stage, you are now positioning yourself as an authority or expert in your field, whatever it may be. You are positioning yourself as someone who can speak and train and coach people in a way that teaches and is supportive and very knowledgeable, and people love that, because the TEDx speaker tells us, they're a good speaker. And then it also positions you as a storyteller, someone who's able to tell a story, connect with their audience, and provide that inspiration. And so that's why having a TEDx talk as part of your iconic CEO brand is huge. It's like having a best-selling book. It's like having an amazing program. It's like having, a company that's getting results. Having that TEDx is a huge part of it. And that's why I'm going to be helping people take them through my own process of how I actually had 8 TEDx talks, 3 of which I rejected. I got accepted, but I rejected them. And the other 5 I did. And I'm happy to share the strategy in terms of how I help other people get on stage.
Yeah, that's going to be fantastic. And another thing that we haven't even decided on the date yet, but it's a workshop. I don't like the webinars because there's a little bit of a misconception about webinars, but there's going to be a workshop on the iconic CEO topic. And probably we're going to give some clues on how to get on the stage and how to become iconic, and making sure that you don't make the mistakes that most entrepreneurs make, especially myself, and you take the right steps to the right direction. And that's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to do that. I mean, I've delivered training around TEDx for a while, and I've run other TEDx programs. So, helping people with that, and I understand, because a lot of people don't realize that the things they have in their mind about how to do TEDx are mostly not aligned or not right. They have to understand exactly how the culture works. So I'll be sharing with people in that training exactly how to get started.
Yeah, that's going to be so much fun. So guys, if you're watching live, let us know where you're watching from. I've copied the link to the book. You can download the book for free. You just register on the website. You'll receive an email with a PDF and actually a link to download, just in case something goes wrong. If you have any issue downloading the book, hit me up. The book it's over 100 pages. So I've made it as clear as I possibly could. And I also, you're gonna find like a bunch of links to extra resources there. And after that, we're gonna be in 15 minutes. We're gonna be in Clubhouse as well. Clubhouse is gonna be every week. This live is gonna be every second week, and we're gonna be discussing the strategies that I share in the book, like giving you a little bit of a snippet if you're curious before reading the whole thing. And of course, this strategy will come with some mindset as well, because strategy without mindset is worthless. So,
I mean, and again, mindset. I always say there's 3 things. One is you have mindset, the strategies, and the plan, right? So mindset, getting your mindset around doing things the most effective way, and not stopping, continuing and growing and learning, evolving, and keep moving forward is one thing. Then you have the strategies and tactics to, create the success you want, to put yourself out there and put the strategies in place. So whether you're reaching out, creating content, whatever you're doing. And then number 3 is, what's the plan to get there? That plan creates focus, and it creates a step-by-step process to help you get to where you want to go. And I find that philosophy applies to just about anything. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to pass a test, if you're trying to build a business or get that new job, right? Building your mindset, having the strategies and tactics, and learning to get better at those things, and then having a plan to get to where you want to go. That's the secret. And so, in this process, we're going to take you through all those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week we explained the whole process of the iconic CEO, and the basis, the reasons why a lot of people fail when it comes to building a business, and especially online these days. We did explain that last week. We're going to go over that a little bit this later on as well. So feel free to join us and participate of the conversation. And again, strategy, identity, or mindset. We all know what the imposter syndrome is, but not many people realize when the imposter syndrome is kicking in, and it's stopping them from making the decisions, talking to the people they need to talk, or just taking the actions that they need to take to get to where they want to get in life. So all this stuff, it's going to be like topic for these conversations, and we're going to have like a bunch of different guests as well. And I'm super excited to be sharing all that with you guys. And Cheryl, thanks for jumping on, and thanks for your comments. So look, it's just under 30 minutes. We're gonna be live in Clubhouse. What do you think, Bobby? Should we just take a little pause and join Clubhouse in 15 minutes?
Yeah. So we'll take a pause, and again, make sure you follow Carlos and follow myself to get notified of these events we're doing on live stream here on LinkedIn, and it's actually live streaming on not just LinkedIn but also on Twitter. And then, of course, you can also sign up and join us for the Clubhouse room in 15 minutes. So, yeah, we're excited. We'd love to hear your thoughts. We'd love for you to come on Clubhouse, come on stage, talk to us, tell us about your story, and tell us about your challenges, and we'll do our best to support you. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. All right, boy, thanks a lot, man. I'm looking forward to the next one, and I'll see you in 15 minutes in Clubhouse.
All right. See you guys later.
All right. See you.